to such an amazing gift. Exemption for religious purposes. If you don't understand how important organ donation is, you are simply ignorant and selfish. Story 35. It is very common where I live. Most people and their children are signed up for it. The process is made very easy through our regular health card renewal procedure. Story 36. After experiencing kidney failure 20 years ago, I realized its importance. I signed up online to be an organ donor after my death. My kidneys resumed some function, but not fully, so they are not viable. However, my other organs could potentially save many lives. Story 37. I never even gave it a second thought. It was the most obvious choice I could make. I have had organ donation on my license since I first obtained it 18 years ago. Story 38. I couldn't be more grateful, as I've had a kidney transplant for almost 20 years that saved my life and gave me a new lease on life. Story 39. What is there to consider? A person who has passed no longer needs their body. Enabling someone else to live through donation is a beautiful tribute to them. Story 40. I won't need any of it when I am dead, so take whatever might be useful. I am registered as a bone marrow donor, and if I am ever in a position to donate anything before I die, I would not hesitate. Story 41. I'm on the registry. I won't need them when I'm gone, and if they help someone else, barring any kind of cancer, use them. Story 42. If I am deceased and someone else's life could be saved or improved by my organs, please take them. I no longer need them. I have an uncle whose life was saved by a lung transplant and a friend who needs a kidney transplant. I am grateful to all organ donors. Story 43. I am an organ donor and have no issue with it. I feel proud of my family members who passed away as organ donors, as they were able to improve the lives of others. I would also consider donating my body to research if my partner feels comfortable with it, should I die first. I want to be helpful even in death. Story 44. If my organs are usable, take them. The circumstances for obtaining and maintaining organs for transplant are challenging, and we need as many people as possible to be donors. Story 45. Yes, use my resources if they will help someone. I won't need them anymore if that's the option available. Story 46. I am currently using mine, but I am a registered donor. I would like a say in who receives my organs in the unfortunate event that I die. Story 47. I donated a kidney in 2004. I have cadaver bone grafts. My family knows that upon my death, everything should be harvested. Most people I know are organ donors. I have no idea why anyone would not be. Story 48. If I can save a life on my way out, that would be great. What use would I have for it if I can't use it? Living donor? No. Story 49. I want to make as many positive impacts on the world as possible, and I certainly won't need my organs when I'm gone. Story 50. Absolutely. I have had multiple family members live longer, healthy, and happy lives because of a donor. The notion that medical professionals won't save you is completely false. Yet people continue to spread that misinformation. If I am gone, someone else can benefit from the donation. It gives people their lives back. Story 51. I am not opposed to it. However, I am not a donor on my license since that could override my husband's ability to make medical decisions for me. He knows I would like to donate my organs in the right situation, but I leave that decision to him. Furthermore, after witnessing friends go through this with their child, I find it to be inhumane. They had to say goodbye to their child while he was intubated and had to endure his passing in the surgical room where they were not permitted. Story 52. I believe it is selfish not to be an organ donor. If you are brain dead, you do not need your organs. Additionally, the claim that doctors do not save lives has not been proven true. Living donation should be a choice, however. Story 53. I would not recommend it for anyone because it can be abused, and there are likely more ethical ways to achieve its goals. I do not recall ever considering it. Story 54. I am an organ donor, but I sometimes feel scared when I hear horror stories about hospitals needing organs due to long wait lists. However, I try to remain positive and know that I am making the right decision by being a donor. There are frightening stories about many things, but I believe in the importance of trying to save someone. Story 55. Serious question. I have type 2 diabetes, which is under control with medication. Can I register as a donor, or am I disqualified? Story 56. While I am fine with my organs being donated upon my death, I do not see myself ever donating any of them while I am still alive. My best friend, meanwhile, donated one of her kidneys to a total stranger several years ago. Story 57. I am a donor. I don't need my organs when I die. My friend died of kidney failure while on the transplant list. Watching her get sicker every day while waiting for the call was brutal. I can't even imagine what she went through. Story 58. I plan to donate whatever is needed. It's on my license that I am a donor. I will not need any part of my body after I am deceased. After all the useful parts are taken, I do not care what happens. Dispose of me in the woods or use me for target practice. Just do not embalm me or place me in an expensive coffin that serves no purpose other than to extract money from my family in the name of grief. Story 59. I find it harmless. After I die, no one will be using them. They can take them. I don't know if anything will be of use, though. Story 60. It's not like I will need them when I am gone. When I die, I will donate everything except my bones. Those will be cremated and turned into a tree. Story 61. I signed up the day I obtained my license. When I am not using it, if my organs can help someone else, why allow someone to die needlessly when I have what could assist them in surviving? Unless someone's faith specifically prohibits it, I would question the wisdom of that. I am also fine with whatever future doctors want to do with the rest. They can test their suturing, practice scalpel work, or study something on my tissue. Again, it could help someone in the future, so why not when I don't need it? That is like being wealthy and having your money buried with you instead of giving it to loved ones and charities. Story 62. I will leave my organs, and whatever is left can go to science. My husband wants his head cryogenically frozen, just in case he can be revived in the future. Story 63. I have never considered not being an organ donor. That does not make sense to me. Do you think what happens with your body after you die is more important than saving someone else from dying? I am not saying people who think that are bad individuals. Everyone has their own opinion, but if I held that view, I would consider myself a bad individual as well. Story 64. I am deceased and do not require it. If I needed an organ, I would want it. Therefore, because I am not selfish, I donate. Story 65. I cannot view it positively after experiencing someone read the Fazbear Frights. Step closer book. Toward the end, a child dies, but his soul remains trapped in his body as he watches the doctors remove his eyes and hand. Creeps me out. However, it can be helpful for patients who need assistance after death. It would be distressing if you were still alive and saw them do that but couldn't move or speak to stop them. Story 66. I am an organ donor. If there is no hope for me, then let there be hope for someone else. It is the same reason I donate blood when I am able. Story 67. I wanted to, and it was marked on my driver's license for a long time, but it turns out my connective tissue disorder disqualifies me as a candidate. Story 68. My husband and I are both organ donors. If for some unfortunate reason we had to make that decision, our kids